Hey everyone, today we're going to be covering the Belterra community in the Tradition area of Port St. Lucie. We're going to be covering some of the details of the community, including the floor plans, pricing, fees, amenities, future developments in the Tradition area that are close to Belterra, as well as the free pool incentive they are currently running. But before the video, I just wanted to quickly say I am a realtor here in Port St. Lucie, so if you know you're moving to the area, don't be afraid to shoot me an email and I would be happy to talk more with you about your potential move. But alright, now time to start the video. Belterra is a GHO Homes Community that is located at Becker Road and Village Parkway at the edge of Tradition, which is a huge perk because you are directly off of the Becker Road interstate exit. So anytime you get home or are taking 95 to get to Belterra, you're only about 2 stoplights off the exit before you're actually at the community. So you're really avoiding driving through any high traffic areas of Tradition. So personally, I think that's a huge perk. So yes, you are located at the southern edge of the Tradition area, but Tradition isn't really that big. It does not take long to get to the Tradition Square or the restaurants and retail of the area, and there's going to be plenty of developments currently in construction that are going to be closer to Belterra that we will cover later in the video. So here's just a quick overview about the GHO Homes community. The company was started in 1983 by Dan Handler, who had previous experience in the commercial real estate world. After 17 years of building homes, he decided to bring his son Bill Handler into the fray, and ever since, GHO Homes has continued growing and innovating and being on the fastest growing builder list in 2004, 2005, and then again in 2017, which caught the eye of Green Brick Partners, who ended up buying out about 80% of GHO Homes, but still owning 20% of the company, and is the current CEO of GHO Homes, is Bill Handler. And Bill has been able to keep intact all of these systems and innovations that GHO Homes has built up over the years, with the main innovation being the GHO Tailor-Made program, which gets its name due to all of the customizations that GHO offers with their various floor plan options and the various standard and upgrade options that exceed the industry standard. And due to all their customizations, this is what gives Belterra their one-of-a-kind home feel and uniqueness to these homes compared to some of your more traditional community built homes. GHO Homes is so custom that they also offer luxury custom builds on individual lots in Indian River County. So currently, Belterra is selling the phase 1 of the 2 phases that the community is going to have. It's going to be a total of 300 homes. Right now, they are selling the first 150 homes. There are 10 floor plans ranging from about 2,221 square feet up to about 2,956 square feet. And like I said earlier, there are plenty of floor plan variances that you can go with and additions that you can play around with that you can get that square footage number higher. And the base prices for these 10 floor plans are going to start at around $675,000 and work their way up to about $862,000. As I mentioned earlier, GHO Homes is very luxury in its standard packages. So I'm going to highlight some, not all, of what is included in the standard packages. Starting off, what is included on the exterior of the house, we have a concrete flat tile roof, impact glass all throughout, including the 10-foot sliding glass door leading out to the patio, wind-rated garage door, brick pavered driveway, and fiberglass raised panel 8-foot double front doors. The kitchen that is included in the standard is a gourmet kitchen, which I know is huge for a lot of people. This kitchen is going to include crown molding on the cabinets, granite or quartz countertop with a 4-inch backsplash, LED under cabinet lighting. All of the appliances are the GE stainless steel finish appliance package, and this includes the French door refrigerator with water dispenser, the 36-inch gas cooktop, the 36-inch stainless steel hood, the microwave and wall oven combo, and the dishwasher. And what I like about the pantries at Belterra is they offer natural finish wood shelving, and you're also going to find this in all of the closets as well. Now onto the interior highlights. You're going to have crown molding in the main living areas, the dining room, den, and master bedroom. The bedrooms are going to be carpet and the rest of the house is going to be tile. And as I mentioned earlier, all of the closets are going to have natural finished wood shelving. Now into the bathrooms, we have raised height bath vanity cabinets, granite or quartz vanity top, tile to the ceiling in the master shower, raised comfort height white toilets, which I mean, you know, it's not something I ever think about, but as long as it's not too short of a toilet, I guess it would work great. And lastly, we have the square drains in all of the showers. Onto the utility room and garage. There are white shaker style utility room cabinets with a drop-in laundry tub, granite or quartz countertops in the laundry room as well, a 50 amp circuit for a future car charging station, and garage floor concrete finish covering, which is going to be epoxy with colored flakes. Some of the energy and efficiency highlights are going to include a Lennox high efficiency air conditioning system with multi-speed air handler, attic spray foam insulation, natural gas for the water heater, cooktop, and the dryer, and lastly a gas tankless water heater. For those that are interested in in smart homes, GHO does include some smart home tech, including a Wi-Fi enabled garage door opener, a Nest next generation learning thermostat, the Nest video doorbell, a Schlage smart deadbolt on the front door, alarm pre-wire for the community security because the security monitoring is actually going to be included in the Tradition Master. I know I just hit you with a bunch of features, but I am going to include the PDF in the description below that's going to give you the list of all of the features that the Belterra community comes with. To best put into perspective how much GHO Homes puts into their base packages, most builders are averaging around 20 to 25% of their base price in upgrades alone, whereas Belterra, after the 38 sales they've had over the last year, they're averaging around 6 to 10% of the base price are ending up in upgrades. So you end up spending less on upgrades in Belterra due to what they offer, which also makes the base prices more of a transparent depiction of what you're actually getting. I know we just touched on all of the great features of Belterra compared to other builders. Well, now we're on to the main incentive. So what Belterra is currently offering is you get a free pool with screen enclosure with the purchase of a home. The standard pool, I believe, is around 24 feet, and it's not going to come with anything that you see in the model homes. It is just the pool and the enclosure. So if you were looking to get something similar to what you've seen at the models or have a more luxury pool oasis, that's fine. You're just going to have to pay for those upgrades, but you are still getting the pool itself and the screened enclosure for free, which is a awesome deal. How that would work is anything you want above the standard pool and screened enclosure, you would just be required to put 20% down of that price with the pool contractor. If you're someone that needs a pool for your next new construction home, then this is a great incentive for you. And not to mention the awesome advantage of the future equity you get for having a luxury pool home. It's like you're getting a free pool now, but then you would be getting paid for it later if you did ever decide to sell. Now, once you have decided that Belterra is the community for you, there is a $10,000 reservation fee. Then about 2 weeks later, a 20% deposit will be due in order to start the building process. Usually what we see with builders is it's about a 10% deposit to start the building process. Due to GHO Homes being so customized, they don't want to have a quick move-in home that was designed by a buyer that ended up defaulting, because that may end up being a more difficult home to sell as a quick move-in home depending on the types of customizations that that buyer had chose. It's more so just an extra layer of insurance to make sure that the buyer is actually going to be able to close on the custom home that they designed. Onto the community fees and amenities. So Belterra is actually included in the Tradition Master Association. So that's going to be $195 per month. And this is going to provide you with internet and home security monitoring. So Belterra builds the security hookups and Tradition takes care of the security monitoring. All you have to do is purchase the security system. Also paid monthly is going to be the Belterra HOA fee, and that is $276. And this is going to include individual home lawn care and irrigation. And it's going to cover the common areas, the sidewalk, street lighting, and the amenities. So that is a total monthly payment of $471 for those counting at home. And I know the other fees that people typically like to know about are CDDs and capital contributions. Belterra does have a CDD, which will be $1,050 in your property taxes, which is actually pretty low when compared to the other CDDs of the area. And then as far as capital contributions, at closing, there's going to be a $1,600 capital contribution as well as a $500 common area fee. So that $2,100 will be due at closing. All right, now onto the fun stuff, onto the amenities. There's going to be a clubhouse, a fitness room with billiard room, game room. You're going to have pickleball courts, tennis courts, and a half basketball court. What I love that Belterra did is their amenities are actually opening very soon. They're pretty much done in construction and should be opening within the next couple of months. And that's awesome for the residents that are there now. They didn't have to wait very long. It's still the first year of them being open. Sometimes what we see is builders get people into the communities, but then put off making the amenities. So some people can end up waiting a couple of years for amenities. This is nice that Belterra was out in front of it and the amenities are pretty much done. So if you end up building in Belterra, you will have amenities by the time you move in. Speaking on having amenities ready for you, we're now at the part where I'm going to be talking about some of the future developments that are happening in Tradition near Belterra. Like I mentioned earlier, that location's really big, being off of Village Parkway. Well, the plans are basically to develop all the way down on east and west sides of Village Parkway until you reach Becker Road, because Village Parkway is the main road of Tradition. That is where all the retail and shops are, directly off of Village Parkway. Eventually, it's going to be developed all the way down to Belterra. I'm just going to be touching on the developments that are currently under construction and then a couple that have been announced. Starting off, we have the shops at the heart of Tradition, and this is going to include a 73,000 square foot heart sculpture, which kind of similar to like the Bean in Chicago is like the look. It's metallic. It's going to be very cool, and it's going to bring people to see it. Surrounding the heart is going to be a bunch of retail and restaurants. There is also going to be a 26,000 square foot Aldi, which is huge to have another grocery store in the area. But as far as the restaurants, there are a few fine dining restaurants that are showcasing in this area, and one of them being the 3,600 square foot Kyle G's Chop House Amour, Sarah's Kitchen, Port Tradition, Le Bistro de Paris, and then they're going to have some dessert options like a Rita's Italian Ice and a cobbler factory, which I've never been to, but who doesn't love a good cobbler? And then they're also going to have a coffee shop, which again, just can't have enough of them. Always great to have options. The heart of Tradition, this is obviously going to be in the center of Village Parkway, which is obviously closer to Belterra than having to drive all the way to the square. So this is a huge development for the area and for the communities that are more south on Village Parkway. And along Village Parkway, another development that is happening right now is going to be the Stars and Stripes Park. There is also a proposed plan for an amphitheater at Southern Grove, which is going to be very close to Becker Road. I haven't heard too much on anything forward with that, but there is a billboard for it, so it is real, and that would be a amazing get and venue for the Tradition area to have performances, to have more things to do. It's just another perk having something in close proximity to you. Also developing in Tradition, Lumiere Real Estate is a developer in Miami that has started a few projects already in Tradition, and you can tell they're really trying to make their presence known and really develop this area. Right now, they are developing a 3-restaurant plaza over by the Wawa in Tradition, and that's going to include an Outback, Bonefish Grill, and a First Watch. And they haven't disclosed what's going to go in it, but they said they're also in negotiations on a larger plot of land in that area as well, because they said they have a lot of plans and ambitions for creating that entertainment district in Tradition. He had mentioned a lot more restaurants and fine dining and retail, as well as a lot of indoor sport opportunities, but he couldn't necessarily go into great detail as far as what they're developing. But that section of Village Parkway where there is a lot of land on the east side of Village Parkway, if it's anything like what they're talking about, it is going to be a very downtown feel. Tradition's already great, but if this entertainment district and all these developments continue happening, I do think the area is going to just explode with value, and I think the value that's in Belterra is only going to continue skyrocketing as the years go on, as the 300 homes sell, which I can't see them lasting more than a few years before they are totally sold out in Belterra. So obviously there is a lot going on in the Tradition area, and I will do a separate video in the future with more details on each project and the rest of the projects going on in Tradition. I just wanted to briefly mention the one that is currently going on, and then some of the other ones that are announced but haven't started yet that are closest to Belterra. As Tradition continues growing, the luxury custom pool home is only going to be more coveted and with less options available for people, especially with only 300 homes in Belterra. It's only a matter of time before those are sold. So don't hesitate to at least check these homes out if you are interested in the Tradition area. I do have some property walkthroughs on my YouTube channel, but if you know you're going to be in town, I would be happy to work with you. We can compare them to the other builders and communities of the Tradition area. I did make a custom map of the Tradition area with their pricing, neighborhoods, and future developments all on it, and that'll be in the description below if you wanted to download that. Please do not hesitate to shoot me an email. I will have all my contact information in the description below. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video about Belterra. I hope you were able to gain some real value from this, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.